Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today going to be a video on Phantom Chronomancer. Now, this is not going to be the review for it yet. I still feel like they're going to bring out class changes for this. I've not seen that confirmed anywhere, so if this is how they're leaving Phantom, then, well, I mean, that's going to be interesting for sure. This is a dodging chrono. It is a soloing one, really, but the DPS is a bit low, and you can also take it along to some ultras. Not sure you want to be taking it to Dage, because it does have that heal over time on number 4, but we were just experimenting at the time. Now, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to have a little look at how it performs just on its own with just full wizard enhancements, and then we'll chuck some forge on. For me personally, I feel this one really does require forge enhancements to make it perform in any way usable, but that could just be me and a me problem. You know what it's like sometimes. It is also a mana drain, and if you don't have a way to sustain yourself some mana, then you could also run into problems due to the way the skill 4 just absolutely eats it up. We won't go in depth on what each of these skills does. We did cover that on my previous Phantom Chrono, and of course we will cover it when we make the review, so we don't have to keep making that every single time. Now, let us whip off everything. We have no damage boost, we have no potions, and crucially, we are just full wizarding this class. So this is from the perspective, if you're a player who has literally no endgame items whatsoever, how this class is going to perform for you, and generally, I'd say we get up to about 3,000 damage a second, best case, and then it just kind of sits in that 2,000 to 3,000 window. Again, this could all just be me problems, but I would say the general consensus at the minute is people are not overly impressed with the amount of DPS this class is kicking out, but that could be because it's a dodger, so maybe they've just lowered the DPS for the minute with that in mind. But anyway, let us switch over and have a little look at Warlord Icewing. I will be speeding this up because the reason is you can go along and solo things with this class, and you will be able to do lots of dodges, as you can see me doing. One thing you have to remember is that in order to get that 40% dodge increase and to also get your heal over time, you have to use skill 4. However, you have to use skill 4 when you have no temporal rifts. That meant the way I was having to play this class was to essentially do the reverse combo of what I'd normally do. So I get my stacks temporal rift, hit 5, and then hit a 4 straight after. I was finding that if I didn't do it in that order and applying just the standard skill 4 dodge increase, I was just getting whacked one by Icewing every now and again, so it was a bit of a pain otherwise. Now let's have a look with some forge. You will notice a 400k crit. You can get it higher than that with pots and other thingy-majigs. This is the combo that I was using at this point in the video, just courtesy of Daygra or Daygray in the comment section of the last video. I gave it a go and it seemed to improve my performance greatly. Phantom Chronomancer is for me one of those classes that could have great potential, especially with the dodge and solo elements combined. The only issue with it at the minute is I just don't feel the DPS is living up to it. Maybe that's the way this class was intended to be played, and maybe I'm just making a big error with it. However, once you stick Forge on, it does become okay, and maybe you would go along and use it because suddenly you've got those bonuses and you're doing decent damage. But I just feel if you're an earlier game player or a mid game player, then you're not going to have these end game items farmed up, and suddenly this class probably isn't so useful to you compared to other alternatives. I do still fully intend to go along and do a review for this, but like I say, we're just holding on in case anything changes. I think if you're going to go buy this class, I would just hold fire for the minute, because for me, there are chronos out there I greatly prefer, and I'm not too sure when I'm actually going to be using Phantom other than when making these videos.